In this video, I will showcase this gunpowder farm which requires barely any redstone and is extremely fast. So we have here 5 different mob spawning platforms. This is where our creepers and our spiders will spawn. Then we have this enormous sort of square. This is just to provide light level 0 down here. So as you see, it's extremely dark, but I have night vision activated just for video sakes. And on top of here we have a clock, and what this does is every 16 seconds it will flood the little platforms and will push all of the mobs down, and they will die on top of these magma blocks, for which underneath we have minecarts with hoppers, and then a hopper system, and everything gets collected into this single double chest. Let me actually show you in actual time what it looks like. So there we are, we have our creepers which just spawned in, and then voila, they get flooded away. They will fall off the sides, get collected down here and make their way over the magma blocks, as you can see here, and then just wait a bit and they will very soon die, eventually one day. Okay, there we are, they are pretty much all dead. On average, this farm will create 16,000 gunpowder per hour, and it also creates a little byproduct of string. Now, I can't guarantee that you will get 16,000 gunpowder per hour. It really depends on a lot of things: how many players are online, how much lag there is, what's the view distance on the server, etc, etc. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you have problems getting this farm started or in general want better rates, please contact me via the comment section and I will try my best to help everyone. Do note that this project is quite time consuming and I do not recommend it if you don't have a lot of time available. This took me 3 hours to build in my survival world. That is only placing the blocks, not even counting the resource gathering. So in the strongest worlds possible, only start this project if you know that you're capable of finishing it. Otherwise, it might end up being very demotivating to have an unfinished project laying around and spending a lot of your time on it. To start off this project, first thing you need to do is find the west. This is where you can read the information facing west. In my case, this is good. And then simply place a double chest like this facing west. Then on top of the chest, place a hopper like so, and then place 2 hoppers going into it from the sides. Now we want to place a 4 by 5 block area like this. This will be where our rails will go. Let's place a block here like so, and then add a row here of just permanent blocks. Do the same like this on the other side, and ta-da. Now on these blocks you want to add levers like this and then activate them all. Do that also on the other side, activated levers, and ta-da. Now place a redstone rail here, here and here. Do the same on the other side, then connect them with regular rails just like so, and then finally you can add the last row just like so, and voila. Now you can add minecarts with hoppers here, and normally they should start already moving. Okay, now we want to cover all of these rails with a magma block, so like this, and voila, it's a 5 by 5 platform. It should require normally 25 magma blocks, and there should be a center. It's not important that there is a center, it's just that's how you know that you have built it correctly. So you see, here is my center block. Now from all sides of your square, place 7 up facing slabs. I'm going to do it with smooth stone simply so that you guys are able to pause the video and count the blocks for yourself, although I would heavily recommend something easier to get like wood or maybe cobblestone. It really just depends on what resource is available. Okay, normally now you should have this sort of cross pattern. This is probably a good time to light the bottom of your farm. If it's not lit up, mobs will spawn, and that would also lower the rates of your farm. So just, you know, go around, spam a few torches here and there, just like so. Just make sure that once your farm is built, no mobs will start spawning underneath. Just go ham basically. Anyway, going back to our farm, what you want to do now is add diagonals connecting the sides up. So like this, boom, bada, boom, boom, and ta-da. So you do that on all sides, and then logically next step after that will be to fill in the gaps. So like that, it'll make a diamond shape, not just this sort of weird pattern. So normally you should end up with something like this. Now this isn't quite done. You actually want to place another row of blocks like this going around. Do not do the tip. The tip has to be a 3 block sort of length thing, whatever. So just do that all around. So yeah, this is more like it. Come to each 4 sides of your diamond and place a 3x3 platform of blocks, just like so, and do that on all 4 sides. Now we're gonna again connect the diagonals, but this time we have to connect the diagonals, going like this 3 blocks at the time. So normally you'll end up with a 3 wide sort of platform like this. This is what I call the upper lip. So there we go. Make sure it's done on all sides, and yeah, do that everywhere. When that's done, we are going to start our 3rd lip. So just go like this, and then just you know, go. It has to be 1 block thick, and make it go all around. And the edges should be a 3 block edge. I realized that wasn't exactly clear as an explanation, so here is kind of a sort of, you know, angle at which you can really understand what you're supposed to do with the 3rd lip. Anyway, on the outer edge of your lip, place temporary blocks like this, and yeah, do that around the entire 3rd lip, the top lip, the one on which I'm currently working. Now, what we're going to need to do is place water here on top of all of these slabs from the upper lip, and this will normally be everything we need for the bottom half of our farm. And the reason why we have these blocks here is because we're unable to place water on top of slabs. Even if you right click on the slab, it will still waterlog the slab, but we don't want waterlogged slab. We need the water on top of the slab. So instead of placing water on the slab, place water against these blocks, and that is why we have them. So here we are. Now we need to get rid of these blocks without making the water spill on the other side. So to do that, first step is to break all of the dirt blocks, and then the second step will be to break the outside blocks of the upper lip. Now you shouldn't be scared of destroying the dirt block, nothing can go wrong, but our next step is very dangerous. So we want to get rid of all of these slabs here which do not have water on them, but make sure you do not place or destroy the wrong block. If you do that, the water will update and you will have to restart the entire process of placing the water, and that is no fun. So seriously, be careful before going chaotically and breaking all of the slabs without paying too much attention. So there we are done with the bottom of our section. So mobs will fall here, and then we'll get dragged with the water, and we'll go over these magma blocks, then they will die, blah blah blah, these will pick them up, etc. All the loot goes into here. You kind of get the idea. Anyway, our next step here is to start pillaring up. So what you want to do is place 2 temporary blocks, then place a dispenser, 2 temporary blocks, place a dispenser, 2 temporary blocks, place a dispenser. You get the picture. Although here, once you have placed 5 dispensers, the next block you want to place is going to be a dropper and not a dispenser. So now you should have a tower of 6 droppers and dispensers. So come down to your little tower and start breaking blocks. You should probably also pillar up next to it. Anyway, and here on your second dispenser, place a observer facing downwards, and do that now for dispensers and droppers. So like this is quite awkward to explain, kind of struggling, but I think you get the picture. So do that until here, and that's it. Now you can probably destroy all of these temporary blocks, and there we are. Normally you should have something which resembles this. For the next part of the tutorial, I'll explain you how to make one of those spawning platforms. Do that for all of the dispensers, but do not do it for the top dropper. So from your dispenser, go out 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that on all sides. I'm just gonna add these 2 temporary blocks just so that we can easily see it. So there we are, 7, and then like that. Do that on all sides. Okay, so normally you should end up with something like this. Now connect them like we did for our first clip, so just like this, and then of course fill in the blocks to create a diamond shape. I promise the grind will soon be over, but Jesus, this took me quite some time to do. For your top dropper, you want to place bottom slabs going 21 blocks out in every direction, and then make it into a diamond like for the previous platforms. And there we go. Our grind is more or less 80% complete. For the rest of the grind, all we need to do is place trapdoors on the ceiling of all of our spawning platforms. This will prevent skeletons and zombies from spawning. Here is, kind of what this should look like. So do that for all of the ceilings of your platforms. Also, while you're at it, you should probably put water buckets in the dispensers. Do not put one in the dropper. There's really no point to it. Just in the dispensers. And there we go. We are done with the massive grind. Now all we need to do is put our clock system up and functioning, and that's it. We're done. To do so, go to the top where there is your dropper, and then you want to place slabs going like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out in one direction, and then 5 out in the opposite direction, like this. Now you want to make a second row of blocks like this. So there we are, and normally this should be what it looks like. So now we're going to add a row of 4 tick repeaters that way, and then a row of 4 tick repeaters that way. Do not add any redstone like that, that'll come afterwards. Just place them all like this, and you should cover the dropper. So there, this is what I mean. Don't be afraid to cover it, and just go like that all the way till the end, and then do the same in the opposite direction on the other side. In total, that should be 24 4-tick delayed repeaters. So there we are. Then on one side, add 2 more blocks with 2 redstone dust, and on the opposite side add a sort of L formation like this. Add a lever here, a comparator set on subtract mode, and a redstone dust. Now if you activate this, you will see it'll start the hopper clock, and normally flooding should begin. So go to your dropper here and add like this a L formation out of temporary blocks, and then add 2 ladders to get on top of your dropper, which is here. And then once you're up here, place 103 scaffolding, or simply press F3 take your Y coordinate here and then add 103 to it. And once you have reached the according height, place 2 temporary blocks and then simply do a regular AFK platform here, just so that you don't get killed by phantoms as you AFK. No, the basic stuff, a ring of glass round. No, just protective stuff in general. I mean, this could literally be your base if you want, but you do you, and I'll just do a regular simple AFK room, but you can definitely design it, is what I'm trying to say. So then get back into here, and there we are done. So this is where you AFK up here. Of course you have to turn on your farm, so turn on the clock, and normally you should already start getting creeper loot in here. To check, just go down here to this chest, and yeah, we already got some gunpowder. The arrows, that was just as I was building it, some skeletons decided to go completely suicidal and jump. Now do not worry at all about cave lighting whatsoever, because you are AFKing so high that no monsters are able to spawn underground, so do not waste your time doing that. It's the end of the video, and I would like to say 4 things. First of all, congratulations, you have infinite access to gunpowder. Second of all, thank you all so much for watching until the end of the video. Thirdly, I would like to say massive thank you for 100 subscribers. This is actually my 100 subscriber special video. That's why I made a bit more of a bigger farm. This did consume quite more time than regular tutorial videos that I do, so I hope you appreciate my effort. And fourthly, I'm sorry if this video has less enthusiasm as other videos that I do. It's just currently I'm a bit under the weather and my nose is clogged, so talking is difficult, let alone putting emotions into speech. But I seriously mean it when I say thank you all so much.